All right, I am back. Happy Wednesday, and I am in my fun little gaming chair, I guess you could call it. Sometimes you just have to find a comfy spot to read and relax. So this is where I like to go. So I'm going to sit back, relax, and we're going to do chapter 13. Now, chapter 13 is actually in two parts. So it's going to be 10 pages, then I'm going to stop the video, and then I'm going to do another 10 pages on a different video. So don't just stop after part 1. Make sure you listen to part 2 to hear what happens. Chapter 13 of Seeing Red by Sarah Mlynowski, published by Scholastic Books, A Pet Wolf. No! Nana's fall must be happening super fast, but to me it looks like it's in slow motion. We have to catch her, but how? Lolly leaps toward the ladder, whips off her cape, holds on to one side, and screams at me and Jonah. Hold this! Oh, yes! Jonah and I each grab a side of the cape just as Nana lands. Whomp! Nana lands right in the middle of the cape. Her weight brings all three of us down, but the cape definitely broke her fall. Phew! Nana, are you okay? I ask from the ground. I think so, Nana says, trembling as she brushes herself off and climbs to her feet. Well, that was frightening, and also a little exciting. She catches her breath. Thank you, everyone. That was quick thinking, Lolly. You're welcome, Lolly says, smiling. The cape is really strong. What can I say? It wasn't the cape that saved Nana, Jonah tells Lolly. It was you. Can you all go home now? The hunter calls down from his doorway. You're ruining my good mood. What a jerk. I saw Owen behind the hunter, Nana says. He's awake and scared. We saved Nana, but we still haven't saved Owen. What should we do? I want you to pause and think. What do you think they should do? So you can pause the video, think about what they should do, and then you can press play again. Clomp, 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 clomp. The hunter narrows his eyes at us, then looks farther down the path toward the clomp, clomp sound. Is that a horse galloping? Yes, and it's coming our way. I stare at the path as the galloping sound gets closer. Finally, around a curve comes a black horse with two people sitting on it. Up front is a woman with a long brown braid streaked with gray, wearing a short green dress and a matching green cowgirl hat. And riding behind her is Dottie, in her yellow lace bathrobe, sleeping cap, and glasses. They come to a stop in front of the hunter's treehouse. The huntsman's house again? The woman on the horse says to Dottie. I was sent here before, but nobody was home. Hi, Mona, Lolly says. Oh, Mona, policewoman, firewoman, and doctor. Mona gets off the horse and helps Dottie down. She hands Dottie the white cane, and I noticed in the tree cottage earlier. That's him, officer, Dottie tells Mona, pointing up at the hunter. Arrest him at once. Dottie, what are you doing here? Lolly asks. I thought you guys might need some help, Dottie says. I called Mona and told her there was an emergency. She came to get me immediately. She scared me, Mona admits. Then she stares up at the treehouse. But you, huntsman, you need to hand over the wolf immediately. I do not, the huntsman says. There's no law against hunting animals in Howelton. No law at all? I ask. This town needs some new lawyers. No, Mona says. There are no hunting laws about wild animals. Wait, what about non-wild animals? I ask, an idea forming in my mind. You mean domesticated animals? Mona asks. Well, yes, hunting a domesticated animal is illegal. Then, I say, thinking fast, it's a good thing that Owen is Dottie's pet. He's a domesticated animal. Everyone freezes. That's ridiculous, the hunter says. This wolf is not Dottie's domesticated animal. She can't prove that. Dottie clears her voice. Yes, I can. He's wearing my pearl necklace. Aren't you, Owen? Yes, yes, yes! Way to go, Dottie! Come show us, Mona hollers. Owen appears at the doorway beside the hunter looking woozy. He is indeed still wearing Dottie's pearl necklace. "You're coming with me," Mona tells the hunter, climbing up the ladder. "No way," the hunter says. He stretches his arrow straight at her. "No!" "Oh, no, you don't," Dottie shouts. Then she throws her cane up, up, up at the door, and somehow it hits the hunter square in the head. He falls backward into his house. Plunk. "His poor head is getting a lot of damage today," I say. "Great aim, Dottie," Lolly says. "I used to play basketball," she says. "You did?" Lolly asks. "I didn't know that." You don't know everything about me," Dottie says, straightening her shoulders. "I wasn't always such a helpless old lady." "You're not a helpless old lady," Lolly says quickly. "You never have been, and you never will be." "Well, thanks," Dottie says. I glance up at Nana and squeeze her hand. I have a whole new appreciation for grandmas. "You're under arrest, Huntsman," Mona says, climbing up the ladder, "for attempted murder of a domesticated animal and for trying to shoot me with an arrow." She throws the unconscious huntsman over her shoulder and climbs down the ladder. Then she gets back on her horse. "See you guys later. I'm going to drop Huntsman off at the prison. Then I have some house calls to make. It's allergy season." We wave goodbye and Mona goes trotting off. The huntsman horse, still tied to the tree, whinnies happily. He must not have liked the huntsman very much either. "Yay," I say. "Dottie saved the day." "You did, Dottie. Thank you," Lolly exclaims. "Less talk, more getting me my cane," Dottie snaps. "Dottie, please," Lolly says. "Do you have to be so grumpy all the time?" Oh, wow. Nana, Jonah, and I all look at one another. Did Lolly really say that? It's the first time she's talked back to her grandmother. Dottie's face turns bright red. "I'm not that grumpy." "Yes, you are," Lolly says, her voice firm. "And when you criticize me constantly, it hurts my feelings. I feel like I can't do anything right. It makes me feel like I'm not a good granddaughter." She glances down at her red sneakers. "Oh, my dear Lolly, you are a superb granddaughter," Dottie says sadly. "I'm so sorry I made you feel anything less than that. I can be a real grump, can't I?" She sighs. "I guess I'm just lonely since your grandfather died, and it's tough to have to depend so much on those around you. It really does make a person feel helpless." "So why don't you move in with me and my mom?" Lolly asks. "Because then I'm really depending on you, and I love my treehouse. It reminds me of your grandfather. I don't want to move. You can't make me." Lolly sighs. "I won't. I love you, Dottie." Dottie's eyes tear up. "You're so good to me, Lolly. I love you too." "Oh, how sweet," says an icy voice behind us. "So sweet, I might vomit." I recognize that voice. Tina. Crumbs. I turn around. She, Thurston, and Harley are all back, teeth bared. "We're still hungry," Tina says. "Those hot dogs were good, but not filling enough. And why are they called hot dogs when they're cold? Anyway, Lolly and Dottie, you're mine. Thurston, you take the boy in the mutt. Harley, you can have the old lady and the girl." No. The wolf pack has us surrounded. Even though there are more of us than them, Owen doesn't count because he's still up in the treehouse. Plus, he's still wobbly from the effects of the sleeping medicine. That makes 5 humans and 1 small dog. Oh, and the huntsman's horse against 3 wolves. But the one with the claws and the super sharp teeth have the advantage. I crane my neck to see if Mona is still in shouting distance, but I don't even hear the clomps of her horse's hooves anymore. "We're on our own." "We made a deal," I reminded Tina. "We gave you the hot dogs to leave us alone. We even threw in drinks and confetti cakes." Tina smirks. "No, you gave us the food so we'd let you save Owen, and you did, so now you're our dessert." Our second dessert. She laughs as though that's hilarious. No fair, Jonah says. You tricked us. So sue us, Harley says, brushing a fallen dead leaf off his leather jacket. Yeah, Thurston adds, puffing out his chest to make him seem taller. We're wolves, not people. We don't make deals. Owen appears in the doorway of the treehouse again. He still looks kind of groggy. Hey, stop it now, he warns his siblings. These people saved my life. Doesn't that mean anything to you? They're my friends. Stop your whining, Tina says. I'm hungry, and that's it. There are desserts. No, leave my friends alone, Owen insists. He slowly climbs down the ladder and lands in front of his sister. He lets out a mighty growl. When you feel strongly about something, Owen says to his siblings, you have to stand up for what you believe. And these people are my friends. They saved my life. Now I'm saving theirs. But Owen, Thurston whines, I'm hungry. Stop it, Tina snaps. Owen's made his decision. He chose them over us. Owen rolls his eyes and turns towards Thurston. I just don't like eating humans, okay? There are lots of other things to eat. Like hot dogs? Says Harley. They were really tasty. What's in hot dogs, if not actual hot dogs anyway? Or if not actual dogs anyway? No one knows for sure, I say. They're a mystery, Jonah adds. Better not to know. I hope you don't think you're coming home with us. I hope you don't think you're coming home with us, Tina says to Owen. Listen here, young lady, Nana says, wagging a finger at Tina. Owen may be a different kind of wolf, but he's still your brother, and don't you forget it. Tina growls at Nana. Your family, I tell Tina. That's what Nana is saying. I don't want to go with them, Owen says. Why would I go with someone who's going to let me get hurt? Suit yourself, Tina says. We'll leave you and your little friends alone, but you better find somewhere else to live. We're done with you. Let's go look for more hot dogs, Harley says. So that is the end of part 1 of chapter 13. I'm wondering if Tina is going to learn her lesson that family is important, or if Tina is just going to really let Owen go and find his own way. So tune in today for the second part of chapter 13.